Hello, my dear students. Welcome to today's class. Today I am going to make a short video on law of chemical equivalence and calculation of n factor of oxidizing and reducing agent in redox reactions as well as in disproportionation reactions. So first of all, let's see law of chemical equivalence. What does it says? When a reaction takes place between reactants, we know products are formed. A plus B are reactants, C plus D are products. In any chemical reaction, you can take as equivalence of A is equal to equivalence of B, that is equal to equivalence of C, which is again equal to equivalence of D. Whether the chemical reaction is redox, acid, base, whatever it may be, if a chemical reaction is there, then in any chemical reaction, the number of equivalents of reactant 1, that is A, must be equal to that of B, that must be equal to that of C, and that must be equal to that of D. In some reactions, in some numericals, instead of volume in liters, volume in milliliters will be given. In such cases, you can take number of milliequivalents of A is equal to milliequivalents of B, which is equal to milliequivalents of C, that is equal to milliequivalents of D. This is also correct. Both are correct. If volume is in liters, then above relation. If volume is in milliliters, then that we call as milliequivalents, but the relation is same. So generally students confuse while solving questions. Generally they know equivalence of reactant must be equal to equivalence of C. Suppose you are asked relation between A and C, then we can say equivalence of A must be equal to equivalence of C. But where they confuse? Generally they confuse from given information, because number of equivalents has many formulas, many relations. So on the basis of given information, you have to choose the correct relation, because number of equivalents is equal to weight in grams upon gram equivalent weight. In my previous video already I taught how to calculate equivalent mass, equivalent weight, both are same. If unit is in grams, that is called gram equivalent mass or gram equivalent weight. Okay, otherwise you take gram equivalent mass, no problem. This is one formula. And one more relation, normality into volume in liters. Normality is molarity into n factor into volume in liters. Okay, various formula you can take. Or one more is there, molarity into volume is nothing but number of moles into n factor. So although students know that milliequivalents or equivalents of any two reacting species or reactant product are equal, but where they face confusion, where they face problem here. Generally on the basis of given information you have to solve the numerical. If you are given mass, then you know how to calculate gram equivalent mass, you calculate, and that is equal to gram equivalents, number of equivalents. If you are given normality and volume in liters, that is the multiplication will give this. If you are given molarity, then this is the relation. If you are given number of moles, this is the relation. But anyway, how to calculate n factor you know. In today's class I am going to teach n factor of oxidizing and reducing agents as well. Okay, so this is very important trick. In fact, for any reaction, any particular reaction, you can use this trick. You don't worry, in lecture 3 of equivalent mass, I will make you to solve some questions from previous year JEE and NEET examinations, okay, on the basis of this law of chemical equivalence. So now I am taking redox reaction. In redox reactions, you know, one substance undergoes oxidation, another substance undergoes reduction. We are very familiar to this. So now what I am telling, I am taking an example of redox reaction. Potassium permanganate, the ionic form I am taking, in acidic medium reacts with Fe plus 2, and these are the products. You are given this. Generally you know, because once you are going, you have completed your class 12, means you know what are the reactions of potassium permanganate and dichromate strictly from NCERT. So this is a redox reaction, you know. In this manganese, the central atom here +7 and right side already +2. What is the decrease in oxidation state? That is 5 units. Fe +2 to Fe +3, the change in oxidation state is 1. The change in oxidation state is 5. And you know the substance which undergoes reduction, actually decrease in oxidation number is reduction. The substance which undergoes reduction acts as oxidizing agent, and the substance which undergoes oxidation acts as reducing agent. It is the oxidizing agent, it is the reducing agent. So how to calculate N factor? That is very simple. Actually, equivalent mass. How to calculate equivalent mass? Molecular mass of oxidizing or reducing agent upon change in oxidation state. Change in oxidation state per mole of oxidizing agent. This is also called oxidant or reductant. Per mole you have to calculate. It means to calculate N factor, no need to balance the reaction. Okay, and in some books it is given number of electrons lost or gained per mole. Lost or gained per mole of oxidizing agent or reducing agent. Oxidant means oxidizing agent, this is reducing agent. So this is molecular mass of oxidizing agent or reducing agent. Okay, reducing agent, reductant. Reductant is also called reducing agent. So this is the formula. This is very simple. You know how to calculate molecular mass, and change in oxidation state is in fact the N factor. Now what is the N factor of potassium permanganate? What is the change in oxidation state? That is clear. So +7 to +2, 5 na? Yes, 5. And what is for iron +2? Iron, actually in mass you take iron. So the difference is coming 1. The 1 is the N factor. So this is very easy method. Suppose you are given reaction like this. Dichromate reacts with stannous and it gives green color Cr +3 and stannic. You are given like this. Then already I told you to calculate N factor, you have to take 1 mole of oxidizing agent or reducing agent. 1 mole. In 1 mole, how many chromiums are there? 1 into 2, 2 chromiums are there. Right side also you take 2 chromiums. No problem. Okay. In 1 mole only 1 manganese is there. So 1 manganese, right side also 1 manganese. There was no problem. But here in 1 mole 2 chromiums are there. 1 into 2, 2 chromiums. Right side also you take same number of chromiums. So chromium is in +6 oxidation state. So 2 into 6 it is coming 12. 2 into +3 it is coming 6. What is the difference here? 6 units. So N factor of potassium dichromate is coming 6. And what about N factor of Sn +2? 1 mole 1 tin, 1 mole 1 tin. Both side number of tin is same. +2 to +4. Difference is coming 2. N factor is 2. Okay, so N factor of reducing agent is 2, N factor of oxidizing agent is 6. You know molecular mass how to calculate, so simply use form. Why I am teaching this particular shortcut? Because by using this you can calculate N factor of oxidizing reducing agent, and by using the same method you can also balance redox reactions. So balancing already you know, this is very simple. So you do one thing, I mean up to this we have calculated the change in oxidation state of oxidizing and reducing agent. So how to balance this type of reactions? Without balancing you can calculate N factor. Already I told you, calculation of N factor and balancing of reaction, no relation. But by using this trick you can also balance. Simply cross multiplication and nothing. Permanganate N factor is 5 na? You multiply this one by 5. Means multiply reducing agent by 5, and the difference is coming 1 here. You multiply oxidizing agent by 1. A kind of cross multiplication plus water. Okay. So the species which undergo oxidation state change are actually balanced now. Now only spectators which do not participate in chemical reaction are left, that you can balance by using your skill. Once reducing agent and oxidizing agent are balanced, you can balance H plus and water. That is simply by counting number of oxygens and hydrogens. 4 oxygens here, you take 4 into 2, 8 hydrogens, you take 8 here, the reaction is balanced. How to check whether reaction is balanced or not? It's very simple. Both sides you find the charge, calculate number of units of charge. Okay, charge must also be balanced. 1 into minus 1 plus 8 plus 5 into 2 15, 15 plus 8 18 minus 1 17 positive units. Left side 17 positive units. 2 5 into plus 3 15, 15 plus 2 17 positive units. Charge is also balanced. Once charge is balanced, no doubt your equation is already balanced. Okay, so by using this change in oxidation number method, you can calculate n factor of oxidizing and reducing agent, and also you can balance a redox reaction. In the same way, you can balance this. Multiply tin by 6, multiply dichromate by 2, or 2 and 6 common factor 1 and 3. You can take 3 here, 1 here. So 3 take here and 1 you take here. So you will get balanced reaction. So one shot for 2 birds, one shortcut for 2 numericals, 2 problems. And now we are going to talk about a type of redox reactions. One of the types of redox reactions, that is disproportionation reaction. Actually, how to calculate n factor of oxidizing agent and reducing agent in disproportionation reactions? And one more question is there, that is calculation of overall n factor of disproportionation reaction. Disproportionation reactions are those reactions in which a single substance undergoes both oxidation and reduction. Okay, so like we have an NCERT example. I am going to teach an NCERT example. Hot and concentrated NaOH reacts with chlorine, that gives sodium chlorate and water. Already I told you, you keep in your mind that when you calculate n factor, no need to balance the reaction. Okay. In this reaction, chlorine left side 0 oxidation state, right side -1 and +5. So it is clear that chlorine undergoes both reduction and oxidation. Reduction and oxidation. Both decrease and increase in oxidation state takes place from a fixed oxidation state of chlorine. So now I am writing the reaction of chlorine to NaCl. Sodium is spectator. 1 mole of chlorine I am taking. In 1 mole, 2 chlorines are there. Take 2 here. So 2 into 0 is 0. 2 into -1, because in NaCl, Cl is in -1. 2 into -1, -2. What is the difference? 2 is coming. Okay, 2 difference is coming. Means when chlorine is converted into NaCl, chlorine gains 2 electrons. Means n factor of chlorine is 2. N factor of chlorine is 2. Okay. Now in another step, chlorine is converted into NaClO3. 1 mole of chlorine, 2. Take 2 here, 2 chlorine. 0 and +5. So 2 into 0 is 0. 2 into 5 is 10. So difference is coming 10. Okay, difference is coming 10. This difference is always calculated by taking 1 mole of oxidizing agent or reducing agent. When chlorine is changed to Cl minus, this is reduction. So when chlorine is undergoing reduction, means it acts as oxidizing agent. So this n factor is for oxidizing agent. N factor of chlorine is 10. This 10 is for reductant, because in disproportionation reactions, a single substance acts as both oxidizing and reducing agent. So chlorine acts as both oxidizing and reducing agent. In this, chlorine n factor is 2 when chlorine acts as oxidizing agent. When chlorine acts as reducing agent, n factor is 10. Okay. Now, how to calculate overall n factor? I mean, sometimes you may be asked to calculate overall n factor of disproportionation reaction. So this is n1 into n2 upon n1 plus n2. This is the shortcut. n1 is n factor of this you take it as n1, you take it as n2, your choice, this one or this, no problem. So 2 into 10 upon 2 plus 10. Simplify this. Okay, this will be the n factor. So this is for disproportionation reaction. So it is also a kind of redox reaction. Okay. So and we have one more short video in which I will make you to solve some numericals based on law of chemical equivalence and reactions for different reactions, even in coordinate compounds also, how to use the law of chemical equivalence, and that is going to be the final video, third video on equivalent mass and problems based on gram equivalence. Okay, thank you.